Dear Gemmy Industries, I get it that you're a business, so you have to cut corners any way you can. But at the same time, you should not take that out on your customers and actually produce things that will last a long time compared like what you did back in the mid to early 2000s. And the stuff that I'm talking about is stuff like inflatables. Now, inflatables are one of your biggest money makers that you produce on a yearly basis. But you are producing stuff that costs $100 plus, but you have a cheap fan and LED lights. That does not go together. Now, okay, I get a base fan would cost more, but people will be willing to pay more for a base fan with C7 lights compared to a cheap fan with LED lights. And it's not like the LED lights last 5 years. Some barely last before the actual holiday is there. I have several inflatables that are cheap fans, by the way, where the LED does not even last through the actual holiday itself. Last year, I bought a snowman with LED lights. By the time Christmas came around, you could barely see it. Now, okay, I put the snowman out a little bit early, but that is besides the point. It doesn't matter if you put the inflatable out for 1 day, 1 month, 1 year, whatever. Those lights should last a long time. Now, okay, I get it, LEDs are still a newer type thing, but at the same time, how it is bad and sad that a competitor of yours, Airflows, has LEDs in theirs, by the way, that can last several years, even if one goes out, while yours can't even last 1 year. But yet, you can put that money toward nicer lights and put them into icicle lights, spotlights. I'll get to that in a second. Etc. That does not make a lot of logical sense to me. If you want to have LEDs in icicle lights, spotlights, etc., but not in inflatables, that does not make a logical sense. Now, speaking of spotlights, these get used 1 month a year. One. And I've had several of these spotlights. One lasted literally a year and a half before it went out. And it's not like it was blinking either. It stayed on. And it boggles my mind how this is an LED and it went out literally in a year and a half, even after I changed its fuse. That does not make a logical sense to me. And then, on the stupid kaleidoscope lights, I have a snowman where it has a built-in kaleidoscope light. And literally, the kaleidoscope light barely lasted that whole year, even though it was a display. It makes me go, what in the world are these people doing? I mean, it makes no logical sense. This makes my second one like this. The first one lasted literally, I think, a year and a half maybe, before it went out. And it was just on. It didn't blink or do anything. that stuff should be made to last, not be like, okay, let's produce this and see what happens. Also, you guys need quality control at your factory in China, wherever that is. Because you should not have these weird looking inflatables that come out just for people to be like, what in the world did I buy? What I'm trying to say in this rant is you need quality control and think about what you're producing before you actually produce it. Like, my thing is this. I had a snow globe inflatable. 2 snow globe inflatables to be exact. One with snow and one with lights. The snow one, it was a nice inflatable, but it seemed like it was produced so cheaply that the fabric holding the snow in basically broke when it got below 30 degrees. And that makes me go, isn't that what it's made for? And then the one with lights. Now, a nice inflatable was a store display, but I don't understand the newer ones like that because the lights go so freaking slow. Well, that one was fast. So it makes me go, what in the world are you people doing? And then the new carousels that you produced last year. First of all, those were hard to find. Second of all, those went so freaking slow too. So it boggles my mind what you people are doing. It makes me go, why?